Culture lies in our history and heritage. In a time of distinct political polarization, it's important to remember that we are blessed to live in a nation that builds its foundation on freedom and liberty. In light of the passing July 4th holiday, I'd like to take a moment to highlight the most important aspects of this national holiday. Expensive fireworks, American flag t-shirts, sunburns, country music blaring from the southern corners of suburbia, small children playing in sprinklers, the smell of burnt hot dogs, and last but not least, a trip to the ER because you thought it would be hilarious to point a Roman candle at that obnoxious neighbor kid who's always blaring 50 Cent from his 4x4. Too bad the wrong end was pointed in his direction. Although we usually look forward to the 4th as an opportunity to press the snooze button on our alarm clock 20 times, let's take a moment to remember the reasons why we celebrate this holiday. It's safe to say that we've all learned about the history surrounding Independence Day thanks to our brave history professors, who insisted that memorizing the dates of events were as important as the events themselves. Here are some interesting facts that you may not have known about the 4th. Independence Day was not always a paid holiday. John Adams had predicted that independence from England would take place on July 2nd, not the 4th. It is believed by many historians that a few of the signatures were made in August rather than July. The tallest recorded bonfire took place during the first celebration of Independence Day in New England. Pretty cool. It is amazing to think how our country has progressed since its inception in 1776, only a span of 238 years. The discovery and utilization of electricity, to the invention of the automobile and sterilization techniques in hospitals, to supercomputers, highway matrices, and robotic surgeries. Innovation has been the driving force to the evolution of our society. Wars, social discord, and economic decay have not stopped the American people. We continue to fight our battles on the front lines and on American soil. Next year, when you're double checking the Roman candle to make sure you don't risk another visit to the ER, just remember what John Adams said. I'm apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It's sought out to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shoes, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from the time forward forevermore. You will think me transported with enthusiasm, but I am not. I am well aware of the toil and blood and treasure that it will cost the U.S. to maintain this declaration and support and defend these states. Yet through all the gloom, I can see the rays of ravishing light and glory. Thank you. And that's the end of my speech.